Is that my? Yeah, I think that's my. There's like a line that appears. Wait, is that my just my? I can't move my screen without messing it up. I think that's just my screen. Yeah, there's like a line that appears in my camera. Yeah, not yet. Let me fix that. Properties. Okay, now you should be audible.
Hi.
Hello, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes, and welcome
Oh,
back.
I'm like twice as loud as you,
Jesus, why? Did you
which I
update
think
your
more
mic or
means you're
something?
quiet.
Oh, that's fair. I did actually find, let me move this closer to me, that I changed the settings on my mic ever so slightly and it made the audio recording so much nicer that I was like, I'm just going to do that from now on. Okay. Hello, Eco. You no longer feel Gling, you're
Hello.
Eco from now on. Oh, okay, let me move this over because my music. I would stream it to you as well, but I don't think my computer can handle streaming to YouTube and streaming to Discord at the moment with my Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
What the hell? Why did
My
these?
cat is bothering me too much for me to care. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, sir?
Kitty.
Yeah? You're loving me attention, aren't you?
I miss my kitty so bad. Okay,
My problem is I'm allergic to him, so
that
I
sounds like a
can't
you
touch my
problem.
face
Did I
if
do the
I'm
wordle
spending time
today?
with him. I didn't. I know the
I
last letter
didn't.
and nothing else.
Okay,
I know
I
the
didn't.
last two letters, actually.
I don't.
It's
Raids.
penis.
Well, the S is out immediately, so.
Yeah, I lied. Sorry. Smokey, calm down.
Okay, so raids.
You're alright.
Um, not raids. I have a feeling it's gonna be something that could be something like tight, but I don't want to use the two T's early on. Oh, I could do light. Okay, yeah, so I was right. It's that. No, that pillow cries 2L, doesn't it? That's that's a word?
Hello.
Pilo? Obsolete form
Hello.
of pilaf. Pilaf.
Pilaf.
Oh, because of the Turkish spelling. That actually makes sense. Because it in the Arabic script it ends with an ow. Pilav.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
Cat Misberg.
Hello, cat. Wait, why is there a
Smokey,
members
oh my
only live
god.
stream scheduled your live to switch to members only? No.
Ow.
Because I don't have any perks for members. Like, why would I?
Oh,
Plus, I want to grow my
dude,
group at the moment,
what are
not
you...
limit it.
My cat is bothering me so much. He's trying to crawl on top of me. He's already on me.
Yeah, no, my
Oh,
YouTube
his
just
claws are
recommended me
in
to
me.
switch my stream over to members only.
How many members do you have?
None.
One? Zero?
I have zero
Damn.
members.
I'll be your member. How much does it cost? Never mind, I
$4
won't
a
be your
month,
member.
which you cannot do. I've seen your credit score.
You haven't seen
Not
my
not my
credit
credit
score.
score.
You've
I've
seen
seen
my
your bank
bank.
account. One sec, let me.
Yeah, you have seen how much money I have right now. And you know what? It's not the worst it's ever been right now.
It's. I will concede on that point. Okay.
Oh my god. Dude, get your claws out of my shirt. Sorry, talking to my cat.
Okay. Bill. No, it's not L. It's not L. So it's. I think it's something. It's gonna be another vowel here and then L. Unless it could be something like field I before E. Yeah, so it could be. No, but field is. The D is taken. Someone's saying happy birthday outside my window. Um. Feel. That's a word, right?
Feel. What if it's feel it?
Feel.
Feel it with a Y.
Don't think that's a word.
Are you sure?
I.
Ficel. Maybe it's incel.
I. No, it's because then that puts the I there.
Ah, what if it's nicel?
That's not a word. I
Hello?
something. Something I, something L, I feel like. I don't think there's gonna be an. I don't think the L will be there. Nope. No, vinyl has an A.
Mouse slash does exist.
And I'm stumped.
I I need this cat to stop bothering me.
I need the cat to continue bothering you because it's hilarious.
What? What? That's just me. Dude.
Sim.
Dude. What is wrong? Are you not being loved enough by everyone else in the house? Ow! You can't just grab my boob with your claws. That hurts. Ow.
That's not a word. Why am I completely blanking on all the
Oh,
words?
cat suggests vinyl.
Thank you. That wasn't it, surprisingly. Um,
It gave you a
it gave
letter
me a yeah, it gave me a new letter.
and confirmed a letter.
Yeah.
Smokey, why are you like a grouchy baby? This is why I'm never gonna have children. You're the reason I'm never gonna have children.
You think you got it? Great, because I don't. Five?
I
Oh, no, that's not
I
a
know the
word.
second to last letter.
Don't you dare say it. It's either an E
I
or a
won't.
U, though. I feel like.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get rid of this cat because he's
Okay, yeah, it's
bothering me.
something XIV. Wait, no. Thank you for that, cat. I don't know why I struggled so much with that word. Yesterday's word was evil. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Let's see what it was. I just remember it being evil yesterday. Yeah, there we go. That's what it. I. That word was evil. Okay. Stairway, Stairway to Heaven, Bohemian Rhapsody. Um, Hipster Trick, Thong Flapper Punk. I mean, these are both like kind of insults, but then fool and prank, I feel like fool, prank, trick, and handle, maybe? I'm gonna try getting them all on the same. Oh, that works. Now remember for the. Are you really? That I don't. There's nothing there. I'm still trying to get it set up. Actually, I just. If anything, go for my Patreon at the moment, despite there actually being only slightly more there. I haven't checked my Patreon in forever. Am I still? Okay, I see. You went for the. You did go for my. God, I actually need to do more for this. Yeah, I mean, it says it's all set up on my end for some reason. Yeah. And for the that you have the graphemes, which means you're the lowest tier. So you will be in the thank you message of the next video. Of the video after next, because the next video is already completed. So yeah, you'll be in the thank you message for my next video, even if you drop the subscription.
Hello.
Hello. Uh Feeling went and made a bad financial decision to be my patron supporter. Thank you for that. Even if it is just for the
That's
bit.
how it goes.
Mm-hmm. So float. So trick, handle, prank, fool. Not so sure about handle there, but Hotel California. Oh, I see it now. Bohemian Rhapsody, Hotel
Hotel
California, Stairway to Heaven.
California.
What is the last song? Float, brief, flapper, hipster, punk. It could also just be a red herring.
Oh.
I just got a little notification that you went from the lowest tier, aside from free, to the highest tier. I mean, thank you. You're really going for the bit right now, aren't you?
Apparently. Who
That
was going for the bit? What did I miss?
Fieldling became a member on my Patreon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry for your loss, Fieldling.
It'll go to funding my next screen.
That's fair.
uh,
It'll go to paying his editor on his second channel to edit the Minecraft videos.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be making enough to uh, hire you as an editor for a while, if at all. I'll
Yeah.
be using my real life job money, and it'll be your part time job or something. Baba
Yeah.
Black Sheep?
Baba Black
Should
Sheep,
I risk it?
have you any wool?
I'm gonna risk it.
No, sir, by the way, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good job.
Okay.
You got the purple.
I
You
got the purple
won.
first try. That was okay. Hipster punk are styles. Flapper is also a style, but it was a style from the 20s. So I doubt it's gonna be styles. Um, so they're the difficulties. So yellow to purple, it's yellow, green, blue, purple. With the yellow being easiest and purple generally being the hardest to get. And it's a point of pride when people get what they call the reverse rainbow, where it's from the hardest to the easiest. Um, so these are definitely to punk somebody. I didn't get the reverse rainbow.
Have you ever
Boxer
used Blue
briefs.
Sky?
I have a Blue Sky account. I
You
just
know how
generally don't use social media.
you can connect the fucking you can connect a website to your Blue Sky account, and like you could, for example, have Kate at thepanplate.com or whatever as your Blue Sky handle.
I did not know that.
Well, you can. Um and I've been wanting to do that since I do own thepanplate.com.
I mean, that would make
But
sense. Doesn't seem like the most wise financial decision, but if you want.
I mean, I already own the thing. My mom got it for me.
Okay, then yeah, I don't see why not. Um, so like these gives to me like underwear, but like, is it chain underwear?
um, I mean, kind of.
Hipster underwear?
Hipster underwear. That feels like a thing.
I highly doubt it. Flappers? One away.
Na 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 na.
What the fuck is? Sorry, cat. I did not trust you. I should have. Hipster. Wait.
Of course, you just Google hipster.
Hipster knickers. They're hip underwear. I'm gonna be demonetized for this.
Demonetized for looking at underwear.
Probably parts of a toilet tank. I should know that one. I built a toilet tank for a science project once.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you use it too?
No,
Oh,
I did not trust my own creation. If that makes sense. I've already done the pips today, so I unfortunately won't be able to do. Oh, it doesn't save between accounts. That's funny. Um, that goes there. That has to be a three. There's only one three, so that has to go there. And I think if I remember correctly, it went like that. That was more than four. That's less than two. And then the hardest difficulty. Let's see if I can do this one. I think that one goes there. And there's only two other sixes. So they have to. One has to go here. Neither of them are two, so they go sideways. So that means this is either four or fives. How many of both do I have? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five. Fours don't fit. So that by default makes it fives. So, is there a 2 and a 5? There should be. Yes, there is. There's no 2 and 4 either, so that's another point towards that. That has to go that way because that has to be open. And since that's zeros, the zero double zero there has to go there, and that's a 0 and a 5, so that goes there. That has to equal up to 3, so there's a 5 and a 1. There's no 5 and 1. That doesn't feel right. Did I mess up? I think I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not enough. You know, so no, it can't be both zeros because then that would have to be a that has to be a 0, and then those. Is it? Could it be a 2 and a? Okay, so that these don't have to overlap. Okay, the fives go here still. I can put a 5. I think one of the 5 goes there. I appreciate the help, but please stop.
Yeah. You're just you're making it sad if you
Um.
help him.
Okay, so I think so. The 0. There's 4 equals there. I think it's the 4s that go there. 2 3s, I do believe, go here. Because those are the only numbers that add up to 6. Yes. So the 2 3s have to go there by default. And then there's 2 more 5s. There's 3 3s. So I think the 3s are going to go up here, which I think means it's going to be that layout. And that goes there. That has to go there then. Hell yeah. It's horizontal. Uh, nope. I don't know why, but for some reason this just read romance to me. But it's absolutely not. Okay, I think it's is it a Caribbean language? Or
Yeah.
is it a Mayan? Chontal Maya? Not Chontal Maya. Okay, it is Caribbean. I don't know any
Not true.
languages in the region.
It could be West African, could it not?
No, because the forced arrow points.
Wow, you got so far away.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess
So it's
it's
pointing
not.
towards these ones. I just don't. Oh, is it a Creole? Jamaican Creole? No. I'm assuming it's not gonna be a Creole. Oh, never mind. It is a Creole. I'm so smart.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, Langle. Damn. I don't think it's Swedish. No, is it? No, it's probably Swedish. Yeah, I should have guessed that. I didn't see any O's on top of the A's, like the fake letters they are. Oh, nope. That's Amharic is completely different but related language. Panoroniskaj pachačru nasimen ukrantisha runani. I'm gonna guess it's a Southeast Asian, probably. Actually, it might be Polynesian. Let's see. Let me guess my audience, see if that's anywhere close. It is not anywhere close. Okay, I am so far off. Um, Malagasy, Malagasy, even further. Okay, so that's further away. Not Maori, which is it an Australian language? Is gerbil not gerbil? Oh god, what's an Australian language that I can use as like a see if I can narrow this down. Where's Bora spoken? South America. I should have guessed. Yeah, no, that's immediately what I thought. Les yeux. Les yeux. When I saw the whatchamacallit, the orthography of it and it meant eyes. I was like, oh, that is romance to a T. Franco romance more precisely. I'll be honest, the only languages I know in around South America are the the timing of the universe is amusing at times. Okay, let's do the
Oh
flashback.
yeah.
Actually, a really good example of the timing of the universe is when my grandfather was in the hospital due to liver failure. My mother and I were driving in to see him, and we were both, you know, quite down because we're both very close to him. He's my grandfather, her father-in-law. And as we were driving in, my mom ended a call we were on. And so as one driving, I was like, I want to listen to music. So I just hit play on the CarPlay. And the very first thing I hear is, Mama, I don't wanna die, from Bohemian Rhapsody.
that that that's
Yeah, the
beautiful.
timing of it, especially since we're going to see my grandfather who was dying, was beautiful. I think my mom and I both laughed harder than we had in weeks at that point. It was it was good. It was fun. Well, not it wasn't fun. It was funny. Before I get canceled for saying my grandfather dying is funny. It's fun. An American judge, Sol Watchler, says prosecutors are so powerful that they can get grand juries to indict a ham sandwich. He's later indicted for extortion. I wonder where that comes on the timeline. To the Dutch are among the first to cultivate coffee outside of Arabia. The astronaut John Young sneaks a sandwich into his Gemini spacecraft, but the crumbs can get everywhere, so NASA later uses tortillas instead of bread. Oh, that has to be 60, yeah, 65. Connecticut and other states ban 9-pin bowling, blaming it for gambling and crime. Players are said to bowl with 10 pins to evade. 1841. That's huh. William Eno creates NYC's first traffic plan, popularizing stop signs, crosswalks, traffic circles, and one-way streets. He never learns to drive himself, though. The automobile was around during the Civil War, but it wasn't popularized until the 1900s. When was the yeah yeah? So they were around by Lincoln's time, but UN peacekeepers deployed during the Suez Crisis, but Canadian and British troops have similar flags, causing confusion. Canada later creates its maple leaf design. The UN Suez Crisis isn't that post World? No, United Nations is post World War II. Because after World War One, it was the League of Nations, and that fell apart, and then the UN came around
Hmm.
afterwards. I think it was after this. Nope, it's before the space missions. Vermont Secretary Ida May Fuller retires after a brief stop at the government office. She becomes the first person to get a monthly Social Security check. Go Vermont! 1940. Social Security was Great Depression, wasn't it? I don't know why I put it so late. I was just more focused on the fact that it was a Vermonter. Claude Monet paints haystacks as light
Vermont
changes once new.
Chad.
This is sees. I have no idea. 1891. Okay. After a cholera outbreak, Chicago starts to elevate much of the city to improve drainage. Workers raise some blocks of buildings by 6 feet or more. That is impressive. Whoa, that's much earlier than I was expecting. When was cholera? I mean, it was John Snow in 1860, I think, who first related cholera to sewage. But who was it that? When was it? Treatment. History of outbreaks. Um, yeah, 1854. This, alongside tuberculosis, should not be threats in the 21st century to anyone. And the fact that they are is really upsetting.
It is fucked up.
It is very fucked up. We in the 21st century should only be worrying about heart conditions, cancers, and COVIDs. And we shouldn't even have to worry all that much about COVID. Like, if people had actually followed procedures and quarantined like they should have been, COVID should have gone the way of the SARS 2 virus in the early 2000s. Like, did you know about this?
Hmm?
SARS 2?
I did not know.
Yeah, so SARS-CoV-2. Oh, that never mind. This SARS 2 is COVID. Okay, there was another SARS-CoV-1. Was this the one? Yeah, 2002, 2004, there was an outbreak of this disease, which was very similar to COVID. But because people actually, you know, followed quarantine procedures and all that, it was squashed and basically became a non-issue very quickly outside of before ever really leaving China.
That that is delightful.
And it is did it ever actually come to the US? Either way, the COVID should not have been. I mean, it still would have been a huge issue because it was so much more infectious than other diseases at the time, and we probably still would have had to do quarantine and whatnot. But it should not have affected nearly the number of people it did. The number of
Yeah.
lives it took is devastating, especially in first world countries or nominally first world countries. Okay, what am I going to do?
Do you want to see the high quality result of my coding over the past hour and a half?
Sure.
Here, you can show stream as well. It's kind of mediocre. You can see our last messages. But yeah, there you go. High quality code.
Again, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No,
Do it. It's fucking
no,
amazing. It's so good.
I shan't. I shan't.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a high quality square that can move like
Okay,
a
let's do
queen.
spin the wheel. Yeah, that's what it is.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. What are the options I can do? At least to start out with. There's Chinese notes, German notes, Japanese notes, Korean notes. Actually, why don't I do it this way? Notes or conlang? Anything else I can do? I could play Minecraft, but
Uh,
then I'd have to go to the second channel.
yeah. That's the only stuff you can do on this channel.
Yeah. Or I could. No, I can't really research because then I would be actually violating policies by showing
Oh yeah,
research papers online.
won't want to do that.
Unfortunately. That is an option. Okay. How do I make this
Work
spin
on
again?
video.
Right.
I think you click on it. Yeah.
Okay, so
It looks like the Philippines flag.
okay, so conlang. The next rest of this half of the thing I'm gonna be doing conlang, Kusegi, uh Jesop, Kusegi, Jesop. What other conlangs do I have? I have Martzalps. Oh, let me check what other conlangs I have that I can actually work on. Erinog. I quite like Erinog.
Erinog.
Uh, oh, right, the pass along. Or Frankish. Or new conlang. I know I have others, but why not?
Yeah, new conlang.
I did not use Erinog for this year's conlang. It's JSOL. Okay, so do people want me to spin one more time, or are we good with JSOL?
I'm fine with JSOP.
Just,
Are you fine with JSOP?
I'm fine with JSOL.
Okay.
Just Kate seemed excited for the new con link, so I figured I'd give it one more try if they wanted it.
We can go for the new con lane next year.
I just started a poll. It will be open for set 3-minute timer.
Okay, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote another spin
I figured you would.
just for the fun of
Elevator
it.
operator.
Elevator operator. Another spin or JSOP? Yes or no?
Yes for another spin. No
Yeah,
for
I
JSOP.
figured.
Can I edit that? No, I can't.
No. Do you know how undemocratic it would be if you could edit polls while they're still going?
That is fair. That's actually a terrifying. What's the start of a language? Was this something we were working on to get? No, this was something I was doing on stream, wasn't it? I was going to do something with really weird vowel harmony, if I remember correctly.
Well, it looks like we have votes for another spin, and I think we should just count votes for another spin as make new language. So,
Oh, my timer never started. What? Okay, yeah, we'll do one more spin. And if it lands on whatever it lands on, we will do. Erinog.
Erinog.
Erinog. Fifth epoch. Which I actually haven't worked on this in a while. But I still remember most of.
I don't think I know that much about Erinog.
I thought I explained some of it to you before.
I'm sure you did.
Probably. What's far again? Our heart. Okay, yeah, so I got. Okay, I need to open up my fifth epoch vault. What's that? And Erinog. I'm pretty sure you were on stream with me for a while for this. I guess I can give you a little
Might have
tour
been.
of Erinog. So, firstly, it is the. Oh, God. Where was it again? It was the language for the Fey Elvish group, I guess, equivalent of my world.
I see.
Centered on around the world tree there. The only part. What the fuck? One sec, my
You
sister
good?
just sent me a video. My mom just sent me a video of the cat. And it's. The cat is on the counter, which he's not supposed to be. and he goes into the saltine box on the counter. Like his God, that kitchen is a mess. But he gets stuck in the saltine box after he. I got permission to show this on stream, so okay. So there's the cat.
Uh-huh.
He scares himself.
That's great.
Oh, what a dumbass animal. I have a few good calling ideas, but I have to finish the CCC first. Anyway, so yeah, it is. I forget exactly. I think it's around here. So this is the North Pole. And it's around here that, say, I think I had it. Oh god, I can't remember exactly the positionings, but most of this area is going to be in that zone of 12 months of night or something. But yeah, so that's the where it is. And it's loosely based on originally based on Germanic languages. It was then adopted some Celtic features, and then became largely Celtic in style. And then when I decided I didn't want it to be a priority language anymore, I just kept some of the Celtic features, but basically went just full ham on adding stuff I thought was fun. So here's the phonology.
Mm.
Very straightforward. Here's the vowels. Syllables are C followed by an R or an L, V followed by an R and L, and C. Labial can't end a word, merging with the labials if following rounded vowels, but merging with the velars after everything else. So mach is really machwa. Actually, I just realized that should be. That's not how that's supposed. I'm sure that's not how that's supposed to go. That's how that's supposed to go. So machuan, no machuan, yeah, and then hok becomes hop, which yeah, I think you see what's going on here. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. And stress is on the first syllable of the root or stem. All voiceless stops carry aspiration when followed by a vowel and are unreleased at the end of words. So kalbelti, kalpeltin, kal, kalpeltin, kovi, krat, setra, setra. Two voiceless stops in a row cause the first to become fricative. If the first consonant is a T and led by any high vowel, then T becomes S instead of the, which I think is represented here most noticeably. A voice stops nasalized when before another stop. So doruk, doruk, dong doruk, dong doruk. When before e da becomes z, r at the start and end of a word is tapped ra. When before or after a or ah, the velars and labials are uvular. When before or after these sounds, they are palatalized, and at the end of a word or after every when at the end of a word after every vowel but ah, these become palatalized. And when before vowels, these become that. Here's the lenition. Here's the consonant mutation that happens. which I think is pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy going on here.
Yeah.
Except this apparently was weird, but I like it. I used to also I think I had it when I had an H sound. I no longer have an H sound. I had "sa" become "ha." But I actually, it might not be a bad idea just to have it deleted. Debocalization and all that. Sa, ra. Where's the sa and ra? There we go. Just put in a null. I'll have to update stuff later to reflect that. Nasalization also causes an N to appear before non-rounded vowels and M before rounded vowels. Sweet. That's the phonology. This is my orthography. Again, nothing too weird. Marked clinician and H is sort of epsilonited character. Nasalization is marked by placing the new sound followed by an apostrophe before the word. The only exception to this is when G nasalizes to NG, in which case only an N apostrophe plus apostrophe is used. Yeah. So, iveren, 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 yeah, iveren. Tageol, tagiol, tageol, golda, congoldas. Lexical forms, very simple inflectional forms, nothing too wild. It is split up between collective and non-collective, and the non-collective have two genders in and of themselves. The singular base form, singular, dual, plural, collective, singulative. There are the definite articles. Here's something interesting you might find. Here's something you might find interesting. If the noun is
Oh,
indefinite, then a filler particle based on the first vowel of the noun is placed beforehand. High vowels are led by E, mid vowels by A, and low vowels by A. This happens regardless of grammatical gender.
I see. It wouldn't there'd be a space between any and way if you're using any way in this way.
Oh, that's fair. So, yeah, it's not based on gender, it's based on the phonology. And something I'm thinking of having where just nouns cannot be headless. That has not headless. Cannot be. They have to have a head. Is basically what it is, which can be seen in the
They have to have
adjectives.
head.
Oh my god, where all the adjectives generally go after the noun if it's definite, but if it's indefinite, one adjective goes in front of the noun.
I see.
Yeah. Uh, Pronouns. Dual pronouns are rare in the spoken language, being more common in literary works than anywhere else, though some localities use them as a polite form of the singular and plural pronouns. Stellar nouns as collectives are replaced by the third person plural pronoun. Every day, when made singulative, they take the third person singular pronoun. The solar third person singular pronoun. S. Prepositional pronouns are suffixes that attach to the preposition they are modified by. The first person singular preposition is ye when following a vowel and e when following a consonant. And then the verbs are, oh, I don't have anything on question pronouns yet. Verbs are also interesting, but that's okay. There was something, I need to talk to somebody about poetry because I suck at poetry. Like, I don't get how poetry works. I really want an
Well, I think it
epics.
just kinda happens.
That is fair. Um, Okay, I'm just trying to reacquaint myself with it and try to figure out what I should work on next with it. So nominal
Fair,
sentences,
fair,
copula
fair.
sentences. Copula sentences are constructed of the auxiliary verb seen followed by a noun in the prepositional case. The indefinite particle is dropped. Subject, when not topicalized, is placed afterwards in the direct case. Si dures ek. Arsures Q. Arsures tasur. Be the man. The man is a man.
A man is a man, is a man, is a man, is a
This
man.
pattern only applies when one saying one noun is another. When trying to describe a noun with an adjective, the adjective is placed before the noun with the suffix r. This becomes ran when marking the past tense. Mahuran tasur. The man was big. The man is big. Mahur tasur. Mahur tasur. When a copula is used without a subject outside of the first person singular, the sentence means there is are. The locative case is then added to indicate possession or general location. Argoldas. Argoldas tadorukan. Kan. Kan. I'm failing at my own phonology. Argo,
That's all right.
Argoldas tadorukan. Tadorukan. Argoldas ye. I have a sword. There is a sword at me. Then auxiliary only sentences. Most auxiliary verbs have special meanings when used on their own. Monan to want, tagan to need. Just like the copula, they take the prepositional case. Monogoldas ek. Tagagoldas ek. Lexical forms. Do I have a chart to showcase the modal verbs? Yes, okay. So,
Wait, I have to be right back.
okay. Okay, I think I messed something up. Monogolda. Okay, no, I didn't. Tagagoldas ek. I need a sword. Uh, and then verbial sentences. Dog dodyker naidog naidog naidog. Also, no, that doesn't seem right. Naidog. Does that fit into my phonology? Nike, Nike, Nike. Okay, so I think I have it that should probably elongate the first vowel in two vowel pairs. Nike, nine dog, nine dog,
I'm
nine.
back.
Okay, I see what's going on here. This is a voicing of nai. Why is it voicing? Why did I decide it was voiced? Is it because it could just be naik, naig, 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 do. Wait. Two voiceless stops in a row causes the first one to become fricative if the voice. Nope. A voice stops nasalized when for another stop. Why is it both fricatizing and voicing? Naidog. Naid. Naidog. Why is it? I don't recognize those characters, Cat. I don't know what you're saying. Difficult something. I really need to flesh out my compounding rules. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, nominal compounds. So I definitely have. Oh god, that's an old form. I need to update that. I definitely have what it seems to be a affrication, whatever it's called, when it's between a vowel and when it's between vowels. Like this. What does khati mean? Khati thing. Okay. So yeah. That's naindo. 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 What does naindo mean?
Naindo.
I, it's obviously based on the fact that I was saying the word in my language. No, I got that. I got that. I understand that now. Degree of difficulty. Okay. So yeah, it seems like at the most basic, there is a when compounding to a word that ends in a vowel with a word that starts a consonant, then the consonant will lenite. That's not how you spell lenite. Um, how does one spell lenite? Lenite.
Lenite.
Oh, it's saying it's wrong for some reason. So,
No, that's correct.
so gat, hati, hati plus dog equals hati dog. If for a small group of nouns, those that used to show a genitive relationship. Um, yeah, I'll just say genitive relationship. Relationships such as in language names the second word will nasalize the first consonant instead. Okay, let me put that there. So this is exemplified by eri, fe, plus dog, meaning word or language. Should have also probably put the noun. That's a noun, just so people are clear. Equals eri nog. Just to so people know what erinog means. Okay. The orthography is updated to pronunciation without regard to the morphology. All right. So instead of erinog being spelled like something like this, I think just updating it looks better.
Yeah.
One second, I need a new song. Olore al disco sacro is being recommended to me.
That's good. That's a good song.
I mean, it's definitely fun. I just need lyrics.
It has lyrics.
It has chanting in the background.
Yeah. Is that not lyrics?
If if when compounding a I just realized I haven't updated the check for updates, that's fine. Appearance, check for updates, update all. I haven't updated that in a while. I don't think there's anything else I need to update.
Ugh.
Nope, there is. You update the
I'm being
interlinear
punished for cuddling Smokey earlier. My allergies are acting up now.
suffer. When
I am
compounding
suffering.
a word that ends in a vowel, a word that starts with a vowel, or S, because S lenites and causes two vowels to come together. Then the first vowel is the if the first vowel is stressed, then it is lengthened. If the two vowels are unstressed, the vowels will coalesce. I need to figure out the coalescence rules, but oh well. So I had some form of reduction, did I not? I think at least an earlier form of my language had reduction. I think I dropped it at this point, so I just won't worry about that. The vowels will coalesce. If there's an S, it just drops. Kind of the opposite of what happens in Korean compounding, where Korean will just add a random S that used to be genitive but no longer is. Oh my god, Korean had an S genitive. Do we think it was
Oh my
related to the
god.
Germanic languages?
I think we gotta put the Germanic languages into Altaic.
You should tell that to Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a few words, for, for a small group of nouns, those that used to show a genitive relationship, n a an n is inserted before unrounded vowels, and an m is inserted after uh, before rounded vowels. What's my word for person again? Oh shit, I also have to account for long and short vowels compounding. Ends in a short vowel with if the first vowel is stressed and it is lengthened. If the two vowels if one of the two vowels if both vowels are unstressed and one of them is long, the other one no. If both vowels are unstressed and the first one is long, nothing happens. If the second one is long, the two vowels are unstressed are are unstressed and short, or the second one only is long. The vowels will coalesce if both vowels are long, the second one shortens. If there's an S, it just drops. For a small group, and all previous rules apply. For a small group of nouns, those that use to show a genitive relationship. I think I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. But for some reason, I really hate vowels next to each other in pronunciation.
I think it might just be that might just be a skill issue on your behalf,
Thank you. That's
on your
very
part, I
reassuring.
mean.
When compounding a word, okay, so I need a. If the first vowel is stressed, then it is lengthened. So I need a word that can represent that. Um, I think the best way to do that is to find a word that ends with S. That is single thing long. Okay, because I need to make one now. Um, I already have a word for night, don't I? No, I don't. So night will be moth. And that would be, I think technically it would be stellar. Animate nouns, inanimate nouns, such as, yeah, it would be solar. Sorry, never mind. It'd be solar. I think I'm going to make it lunar. I like having night and day animates. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
So, moss. And then I need a word that starts with a vowel. La. Mola. Nope. Okay. I don't. I wanted one with a different vowel than the same one. I don't. It can't be long. Echir. Echuir. Equir. Nope. Going back to echuir. And then that could be. What could that be? Echuir. What words am I missing? I don't think I have grass yet. No, but it sounds. Echuir sounds epic. It sounds like it needs to be something. Lights. This will also be lunar. As fire. And then this compounds into moechuir, which is the northern lights. Because, and this is also going to be animate because, duh. Have you guys seen the northern lights? Okay, so
Yeah, they are pretty animate. I mean, they
yeah.
move
Muy weird. This is light equals muy muy weird. Very animate. Last night, one of them like ate half of my chickens. That means they're also not a collective noun. There's many of
Hi,
them,
Next Master CZ.
and
Welcome
they
to the chat.
hunt. Next, just casually giving me the fear of the night. Okay, so that's a short vowel plus a short vowel. Then, and that's a stressed case. Now I need an unstressed case. That's the first one could also be long. Quovi. Okay, so person quovi quovi plus hola everyone. Equals oviola
Ovula.
everyone. I might shorten that colloquially or something, but quoviola works for now. If both vowels are long, the second one shortens. If there's an S, it just drops. And all three, two vowels, one stressed in the short, or the second one only is long, the vowels will coalesce. I'm going to need to figure that one out later. But I have 40 minutes left, so I think I'll switch to something else.
You should switch to making a new language.
Spin the wheel. I think I'm gonna do the notes. German notes, Korean notes, Chinese notes, Japanese notes. And no matter what it lands on, I will do it. Korean notes. Actually, something I have been thinking about as well is because my workload has been so is going to be intensifying more after my next big video. I've been thinking about doing smaller 2 to 3 minute long videos like once every 2 weeks, just discussing a random subject,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
which I think would be amazing. But at the same time, how do I condense information into 3 minute long videos?
Well, that's something you have to figure out.
I'm not going to be posting them to shorts.
Sure,
They will
sure.
be YouTube videos, actual YouTube videos. I am not going to make short content. Though if I actually do want to make this into a career, it might not be a bad idea. I just hate shorts with a passion. And that whole mentality of shorts. You understand, right?
Yeah. I mean, you've already gotten into shorts if you count your gaming channel having a single repo short. Or is it two repo
I think
shorts
it's
even?
2 repo shorts actually.
Yeah, you're really dealing with the devil, huh?
And the only reason I did that though is because it feel when I first tried uploading it, it automatically made it a short. So I was like, okay, I will just fix the formatting then. If you won't let it be a non-short.
Yeah,
I think was my
fair.
logic there. But yeah. Also, here's something annoying. Because I'm me and I like to know just like really tear apart the history of the grammar itself. And in Japanese, that is fairly easy to do because it's like very well documented all of the like grammar and the things that change in it. So like the in Japanese you have, let's just use taberu as an example. In order to negate
Taberu.
this in the short form or in casual form, it's tabe nai with this little particle being added to it. And in when you want to make it polite, you do tabe masen. And it was very easy to find because they document these very quickly. Why did masen have this sound instead of nai? And apparently, despite the fact that mas here actually comes from an older form, an older verb of mawiru, mawisu or something, some type of older form of verb, which would have mean it would be like mawisenai or something like that. And apparently it's because in Japanese, the polite forms were kind of taken wholesale from, I think, the Kyoto dialect. In the Kyoto dialect, you do see people negating verbs with tabeng, like this. And like it's very easy to find the information. But for Korean, it feels like it is impossible to find the information. Like Korean in Korean, they have uh obviously they have normal speech levels. So there's a difference between mokda. So mokda is the verb to eat. Moknunda, mogo, mogoyo, and moksumnida. There's more levels in this, but this is generally the only four you see in usage nowadays outside of special occasions. And these are just like speech levels of who you're talking with. So this is like diary entries and whatnot. This is like really close friends and family. This is for people you are close with, you're on a good term with, strangers, coworkers, not really strangers, but like coworkers. And then this is like very formal thing. So it's like fancy dinners, talking to customers, and all that. And then it also has honorific speech, which is a little. What the? Why are they not? My thing was broken for a second. So this here is if the person you're talking about who's doing something is doing something, you add this to it. You also change a particle, but that's less important and not really done as much anymore. So like Sansenimi. The teacher 을, rice, 먹, 아, 먹신다.
My brother just started playing Silk Song.
I love this song so much. 먹신다. Okay, so yeah. Here you can see it's the same for levels of speech. Like this is something you'd write in your diary to a close friend, to a coworker. Wait, oh shoot, that's not actually. Is it dusida? I think it's dusida. The verb itself actually changes. So maybe this was a bad example.
How dare you give a bad example?
Shut up. I can't think of a better example at the moment. Okay, so it's the same speech level. So this is something you'd write in your diary. This is something you'd say to a close friend. This is something you say to a coworker. This is something that would be said on the news or something. A formal dinner. And it's honoring the person who is doing the action. And this is still very common. Like it's in the verb, it's in the very common greeting. So, 안녕, 안녕, friends, 안녕 하세요. So that stay there is this honorific. You are saying you are basically asking if the other person is healthy. Are you healthy? And because it's just baked into the greeting itself, it's honoring the person you're talking to. Japanese has a similar thing, but in Japanese also has the uh, humble forms much more pronounced, as in the person you are giving something to or you're acting upon. So rarely would you ever actually use them as the object of the sentence because that's impolite. But if something you're doing affects them, you use the humble forms in Japanese. Korean seems to have had a similar system. That is, but only two verbs really, well, not two verbs, a handful of verbs, like six or so, use it. But the usual examples of it, actually, I can just use, is so the verb boda is to see somebody, or like meet somebody, can be used in that case. So it's uh, 저는 I 친구를 와요. I meet a friend. If you were saying your teacher was meeting their friend, you would do 친구를 보세요 with that honorific marker saying that honoring the teacher. But if you were meeting your teacher, 저는 I 선생님을
You should make shorts out of this.
I should. Oh mother. Anyway, 저는 선생님을 아 왜 왜요. So this is instead of the verb boda being used, the special verb wepta is used instead, which is highly irregular, but it's one of the few still used humble forms, and you can see it being used here. It's also used in the phrase like for nice to meet you. Taum, I think it was. Taum. Yeah, I don't know the phrase. But it's used there. And if you're if you are very respectful of your grandmother for some reason, hara, haramoni, 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 nin, haramonin. Is that how you say grandmother? Halmon. It's just halmonin. Halmonin.
Apologies for the sneezing.
Good job. Proud of you. In
Because of the cat.
Mul. This would become web sale, where it has both that humbling form and that honorific form. It is kind of complicated, but I find it actually much more intuitive than the Japanese system, to be honest, because the Japanese system is just kind of fucked despite having seemingly less. But anyway, Korean used to have a suffix to showcase this, which was a highly irregular suffix, which nowadays is just represented with o. Uh, which, okay, it had a suffix that was used, and it's still used, it seems like, in K dramas and in certain writing in order to showcase a more archaic style of speech. But, but, despite that, I cannot find anywhere that describes how it is used.
Wow.
Like,
So it only kind of exists?
it definitely exists because it's like in. What was like being breaking again? No, that's. Okay, here we go. So it's Alphonic. So it has dictionary entries, and it just says it's very dated. That's kind of it. And it seems like a part of the reason why it dropped off was because it was similar to it over time became solidified into certain speech levels. Like this is the Middle Korean form, which, as you can see, had many different forms depending on the stuff. But it was used in contrast with you see in honoring the subject. This was used to honor the object. And this was used in order to honor the addressee, the person you're talking to. And it seems like these just kind of merged. Like Sumnida Mda comes from this. That highest level of speech. So does the So speech level, which is never really used anymore because it's associated with uh, the military government and North Korea.
Interesting.
But yeah, for some reason, I am unable to see where this would slot in and how they use it. I think it's used before. I think it's still used in a similar manner to the Middle Korean, where it's like before the subject honorific. But I just haven't been able to find it. And there's also seems to be a form where it starts with a sa, which I have not been able to figure out what that means. If you go to the KR Dick, I've been searching in Korean. I'm actually tempted to just go onto a Korean subreddit and say, hey guys, how does this work? But I know if I do that, they're just going to tell me, oh, it doesn't matter. You don't need it to learn the language. And then I'm gonna have to be that asshole who says, "No, I know I don't need it to learn the language. Explain to me how it works."
My purposes are beyond your understanding.
I want to make silly YouTube videos. Yeah, but this doesn't tell you how it's used, but it's here. What the hell is this salsa? Yeah. I'll probably just be told I brought around the end of the world again somehow. Okay, it seems to be a standard. Oh, maybe it's not standard. It's right there. Is it only really used in commands nowadays? So there is a paradigm for it, that means. But this is only the highest level of speech. Hasose, hasosote. What about an hasipsiote? Is there an o form here? 습니다. 됐죠. 됐소. 됐쇼. 우옵니다. 싸웁니다. What the fuck is the difference? And why is it separated from... Like, why is it represented here as an alternative, but the C form is not? Ipsio. That's fascinating. So what is... Yeah, here you can see it in the soft form again. Sound naika. I just need to look up how to use the hasosache. Uh, yeah, masiopsosa. So it's an archaicism in an archaicism is what I'm seeing. And again, I don't need to know this. I just want to. Anybody else asked about this? Well, sometimes this for session you can try and look up Omi Orida. In Orida Omi because of ending. Yes, there, which are adds an antique on pre-final ending that adds likeness to speaker's statement question. As you probably already know, when you look up Irida, the definition is pretty much the same as form with Iri. So you may say, but that's just part of another. Lira morphologically looks like herache or harache, for it has zero honorific morpheme applied. But speech level wise, it belongs to haoche. Thus, its politeness level is slightly addressy rising, which is similar to the case with Upsida. Morphologically appears to be hapchoche, but actually belongs to haoche, which is also confusing because that's another speech level haoche. It ends with that o so, but it's a different. It comes from the same ending, but it's a different meaning in the modern language. It's just a speech level. This has been annoying me. I don't need to know this to learn the language. I'll be perfectly fine without it. But my curiosity has gotten the better of me, and I cannot help it. Anyway, so yeah, humble speech. If you're giving your teacher the homework or calling your mother, whom you respect very much, then hante and ege are replaced with the marker ge. Ge. This also holds true for if you receive something from someone you respect, although the special humble verb is not needed. Needed in that case. So, 저는 선생님께 숙제를 드려요. 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 저는 어머니께 전화 드려요. Yeah, that's explained up top. Uh, 저는 선생님께 숙제를 받아요. I received the homework from my teacher. 저는 어머니께 전화가 와요. I got a phone call from my mother. Okay, so the next step is I still need to input that into my flashcards, but I think I will just work on actually the next part of the notes. I still need to. I need to get all that in there so then I can reorganize them into a better way. Okay. All the way down. So that's okay. Actually, that's something interesting. Who wants to learn about tonogenesis in Korean? Or the big fat lie that tone doesn't exist? Though it actually really doesn't. Not yet, at least. Okay, so I guess the next thing I'm gonna add is the plural marker dul. Dul. Which is a suffix. I need to. That would make sense. Yeah, no, it's a very well known phenomenon. An auxiliary plural particle with an emphasis on the individuality of each item. See usage notes for more. 사람들, 기업들, 기업들, 바리들, 바리들, 바리둘, 바리둘, 하세요, 바리둘 하세요. Get done quickly. 그 사람들, 그 사람들은, 그 사람들은 가족이요. Or family. Korean does not grammatically distinguish between singular and plural nouns, thus 사람들, 사람들, 사람들 means people. Saram can mean either person or people depending on context. Dul has a nuance of emphasizing the individuality of each item. Compare the following. 아이가 공부만 해서는 안 된다. Children should not just be studying. 아이들이 공부만 있어는 안 된다. The children, this group specifically, should not just be studying. Got it. 우리가 listen for a bit to what we are saying. Listen for a bit to what each of us is saying. Okay, so it's kind of the classifier precedes a quantified noun and is linked by the genitive we. 예. 두 사람들 not common. 사람 두 명, 사람들 두 명. Two out of some larger group of people. 두 명의 사람. Two people. 두 명의 사람들. Two people. Dual is obligatory after the deictic terminus e, gu, and jo. Okay, in that case, I might move those up in the list. I don't think I need to add them in the grammar notes. I think they're fine just like that. So, jo saram, that person, jo saram dul. Those people, dul can be used after an adverb or an object to pluralize the subject, especially when the subject has been omitted. That's cool. Abdul. That is actually quite fascinating. What do you think about that, Kate?
What?
So apparently, dul as a plural marker can be added to an adverb or subject to pluralize the subject instead if the subject has been omitted.
Interesting.
Isn't it? Like, that's not usually what one would think. Okay. So those are actually quite extensive grammar notes for a Wiktionary.
Okay, but Schwar, look at this.
Okay, guys, we're seeing a new. Nice.
Basically, no difference between this and the previous one.
Are you proud of
Like,
yourself?
yeah.
You should be. Okay. Because I can guarantee you I would not be able to make that. I have no coding ability.
That's okay. I have all the coding ability for us.
Thank you. But I already gave all mine to my best friend.
That's fine.
Who he's starting to make his game. And I will be I won't be advertising it, but I will be
You're
shouting it
not
out
gonna
every.
take sponsorship money to
I'm not gonna take.
advertise it?
I'm not gonna take sponsorship money, so I'm just messing around with my keyboard to get it because it seemed like.
You
There we go.
should pass him my way. I'll put a
He
sponsorship segment in my video,
he's
my
not gonna
next video
sponsor.
for $5.
I'm doing this for free because it's like the first game he's making, and I offered to uh uh do
You never
voices if he
advertised the
needs
first
them.
game
No,
I made.
do voices for him if he needs it, with the condition that if it does make money, I want a slice of the pie.
Mm.
He's gonna make the next Silk song, I call it, and I will be
Are you gonna do
rich.
60-40 split where you get 60% of the earnings?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I need more actual resources for Doodle though. I won't just use the Wiktionary thing, as that is, even if I reword it, that is still plagiarism, and it's probably not the entire
Is it plagiarism if it's in your personal notes that you don't distribute?
But I am going to distribute these eventually for free,
Okay, never
but
mind.
I am going to open them up to the public.
Then yeah, that would end up being plagiarism.
Yeah, which I need to be very careful I don't do that because that would not be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be in particles, special particles. The plural particle, it has its own little section. With the addition of one shape particle, dul, the addition of the one shape particle, dul, works like the addition of s in English to mark a noun as plural. However, the difference with the English plural marker is that dul can be, and in some cases has to be left out when it's obvious from context that you are talking about plural items, or when the fact that an item is plural or not is of no significance. In sentences such as the following, the plurality present in the verb manayo, are many mean that addition of dul is optional. We know that we are talking about more than one person with dul added or not. 사람들이 많아요. 사람이 많아요. When the sentence specifies the actual number of objects we are talking about, dul is never used with non-human nouns. Note how this differs from English, where plural marker is obligatory in such circumstances. 커피 두 잔 주세요. 표, 표 두,
All right.
표 두 장을
It's almost 5:30. I'm gonna have to
샀어요.
leave to get ready.
Okay, I'm gonna be ending the stream in a second, anyways, because I just realized it's almost 8:30, 10:30 here.
Almost 8:30?
Shush.
Almost 10:30? Almost.
You may occasionally hear a doodle when using sentences says
All right. Goodbye, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes. I bid you all adieu.
Bye, Kate. Such
Bye.
usage, however, is not obligatory, and doodle is more frequently dropped. 사람들 다섯 명 왔어요. 학생들 10명을 가르쳐요. I teach 10 students. However, there are some circumstances under which dual is obligatory, or a solution may lead to a sentence sounding unnatural. First, when the noun in question is preceded by a demonstrative such as 이, 그, 저. Dul must always be retained if you are talking about something that is plural. The only exception to this rule is when the number is specified. 그 사람들이 과연 최선을 다했을까요? Do you think those? Oh, that is fascinating, and that is very different from Japanese. Because I was thinking this was similar to the tachi marker in Japanese, but no, it is not similar. That is a very stark difference. Because in this case, Japanese, this would be non-necessary. Uh, Second, without dual, the default understanding of many nouns will be singular, and dual must be retained in order to produce a clear plural meaning. Sentences such as the following would normally need dual in order to be understood as plural. 친구들하고 밤새도록 수다를 밀었어요. I stayed up all night chatting with my friends. 우리 마당에 은행 나무들이 있어요. There are ginkgo trees in our yard. This one feels like it is not necessary. I feel like even if you just say namui, namui, uneng namui, you would be understood. I have a feeling. But I could be wrong. Finally, note that dual differs from the plural marker in many languages, and that it can be attached to parts of the sentence other than the noun. Such uses of dual typically indicate that the utterance is being addressed to multiple hearers and creates a similar feeling to adding everyone or guys to the end of an English sentence. 어서 들어오세요. 어서 들어오세요. 많이들 먹어. Yeah. Make him 빨리들 결정하세요. 즐기면서 들으세요. Dual may also appear in this way when the multiple entities are not the hearers, but the people or things being talked about, as in B's reply in the following example, where the use of dual indicates that two or more friends are in the library. 친구들이 어디에 있어요? 도서관에들 있어요. Okay. That's fascinating. That usage is fascinating. Was the and then my other Korean grammar book, which probably might not have this. Non-direct. Oh yeah. 또 에, 있어. 으라. 과 만분부터까지. It is unnecessary for most nouns to be marked for plurality as long as the context is clear, as in 사람이 많다. However, dual must be kept when the noun is accompanied by a demonstrative, as in 그 사람들, 그 학생들, and so on, unless a plural numeral is included, as in 그 두 학생, those two students. In addition, it can be attached to adverbs, to connectives, and even to the verb at the end of a sentence to indicate the plurality of the subject noun. Okay. That is fascinating. I think I know what my very first script will be about. Maybe. Hopefully. But until next Sunday, in 1 week time, exactly 1 week, today is the 28th, today is Sunday, I bid you all adieu. Bye.